After reporting record adoption numbers in 2020, many animal shelters across the country are now facing an unprecedented overpopulation crisis in 2021.
Right now, what we're experiencing is something like I've never seen in 17 years in animal welfare.
Driven by a decrease in adoptions, a decrease in animal transfer, and an increase in length of stay, many shelters all over the country are above capacity.
The overpopulation is worse than ever.
There's not enough adoptive homes for the animals.
We're the ones that have to make tough decisions when space gets tight and when nobody's walking through the door.
Euthanasia is up 72% since February, and 87% of shelters and rescues are facing staffing shortages.
I'm contacted several times a day by so many shelters.
Shelters need fosters, adopters, and financial support now more than ever.
They are trying and they just need a little help. They just need help.
That's why, for the launch of NBC and Telemundo stations' Clear the Shelters campaign, Greater Good Charities Good Flights program set out to literally clear space for 8 shelters in the South so they could save more pets in need.
Tomorrow, we are doing our airlift of over 150 pets.
To be able to send these animals up north, have them find homes to where they don't have to sit in the shelter here in the South is just fantastic.
Staff morale is up because now we know that we have places for these dogs to go.
When they fly out, we know that in 3, 5, 7 days, they're gonna be in a home, being loved and cared for like they deserve.
Probably one of the most important things we're doing right now, these flights.
We don't want to have the job that we have, but it's needed.
It's all our compassion. Everybody that volunteers work 60, 80 hours a week.
They're the ones that are caring for them. They're the ones that are nurturing them back to health. And they're the ones that are going to be getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to bring those pets to the airport to meet me, and they never complain.
Greater Good Charities, NBC Universal Local, Hill's Pet Nutrition, and the Animal Rescue Site partnered to make this life-saving event possible.
From all of us at Greater Good Charities, we just want to thank you guys for all of your life-saving work and the dedication you have for pets and the people in your community. We know that it's an incredibly hard time right now for everyone, and we're here for you.
The shelters were surprised with a generous donation of food and supplies from Hill's Pet Nutrition and the Animal Rescue Site, who also funded the operation.
This is huge. We have a very small food budget. We depend on a lot of donations, and so getting something like this is going to help tremendously.
You know, in an area where we don't have a lot of resources, any additional supplies is just so appreciated.
So thank you again for participating in Clear the Shelters. And at this time, I say, let's go!
It's amazing to see how quickly they can load the plane.
It's very safe. They're all in individual carriers per Department of Ag regulations and best practices. They all have frozen ice cups for their comfort, and it's a pressurized cabin.
We'll set the cabin altitude, and then we'll also have temperature control for them to keep it as comfortable as possible for them throughout the flight.
As soon as we get above 10,000 feet, everyone is laying down, they're asleep. They're a little bit like we are, taxiing down the runway. They'll start waking up and looking around.
They're just excited to get to their forever home, so you'll hear them meowing back there or barking.
It's amazing, it's heartwarming to see them land and know that we're gonna get them care and find them a great home. I would like to adopt them all because they're all just so sweet.
Thanks to supporters like you, these pets and many more were flown to New Jersey and Massachusetts, where they were unloaded into shelters with space to accept them.
We sort of look at animal welfare as a collective responsibility. So we feel really good about getting these transports in.
We've all been working nationally to try to help solve this overpopulation issue, and we're all working together to try to help clear the shelters both here and afar.
It's amazing knowing that all our hard work really helps these animals and that they're going to receiving shelters that are waiting on these animals with loving arms.
They're going to get a clean bill of health, spayed and neutered, up to date on all their vaccinations, and then they're going to go up for adoption.
They will all find forever loving homes thanks to your support.
I'm a huge supporter of Clear the Shelters just because I think rescue dogs, rescue cats, rescue animals are the best.
This flight not only saves lives, it helps promote adoption from shelters, which is more needed now than ever before. When you adopt from a shelter, you're helping to save pets like Theodore, who was discarded when he would no longer run, but who is learning to trust now that he's been rescued. Pets like Esme and Iris, who were found as strays, never knowing what it was like to be loved by a family. Like Princess and Cinderella, who would prefer a warm lap to the hard life on the streets. Survivors like Stuart, whose will to live is second only to his capacity for love. And countless dogs and cats like Zanko and Becker, who just want to be your best friend.
The name of this game is saving lives.
So reach out to your local shelter, find out if there's a pet there that would work for you and your family or your living situation.
I think everybody should do it.
We're just grateful. We are so grateful to be a part of this program.
Thanks to Greater Good Charity Good Flights for transporting high-risk pets to find their forever homes.
Thank you to NBC Universal Local for helping clear the shelters
Thank you, Hills Pet Nutrition, for the generous food donations.
and for helping fund this event.
Thank you to the Animal Rescue Site for making these flights possible.
Thank you to the donors. You change lives, you save lives, and us in the shelter community are very grateful.
Learn more at cleartheshelters.com.